Hey everybody, it's Brianna here, and in today's video we're going to be learning about something a little bit different called Pbis. We're going to learn what it is and how we use it at TLC and how you guys can use it at home with your kiddos. So first things first, what is Pbis? What does that stand for? What does it mean? So Pbis stands for Positive Behavioral Intervention and Supports. It is a program that we use at TLC to help create a positive learning environment and to teach your child that positive behavior will be rewarded rather than negative behavior. So we teach your children positive reinforcement and core values, instill in them core values that will help them learn to enhance their positive behavior and shut down that negative behavior. The use of Pbis has actually been shown to enhance positive behavior and reduce negative behaviors throughout the day because your child is learning that positive behaviors will be acknowledged and negative behaviors will not. So when we were creating our Pbis program at TLC, we were asked to create core values that we would ask our children to focus on and implement throughout the day. So we chose, you definitely heard them before, try your best, listen to each other, and care for everyone. We were also asked to create a school mascot that would help implement these core values and remind your children to follow these core values throughout the day. So we created Tommy the Turtle. So this is Tommy. He is a turtle, and he has the letters TLC printed on his shell for try your best, listen to each other, and care for everyone. It also stands for Therapy and Learning Center. You see what we did there? So we use Tommy throughout the day to help remind your children about the core values. He's posted in our hallways, he's posted in the classrooms. Every teacher has a Tommy the Turtle puppet, and they use it throughout their curriculum to help enhance these core values and share them with your children. I use it in music every single time, every single session. We sing Tommy the Turtle's song, and it's actually a song that was created for us by a neighborhood children's performer. Her name is Susie Shelton. She performs at TLC at least twice a year, and we love her, and she created the song for Tommy, the try your best to listen to each other, care for everyone, and I use it in music just to help remind your children what is expected of them and how they should be acting and following the core values at TLC. So with our core values, we've also created expectations for your children to follow throughout their day. So we have what is called a learning matrix that you will all receive a copy of. I believe it'll be posted on Class Dojo. And it's just outlines different situations that your child will come into contact throughout their day, and it'll show them what they can do to act positively and follow the core values in those situations. So there's a section for classroom, there's a section for therapy, for the playground, for the bathroom, and it just outlines different ways for them to follow our core values. And to help them become excited about following these core values and being more positive at school, we have created a reward system. So in school, every teacher will have a Tupperware and some pom-poms. And in school, this reward system is given as a group. So a group will work to earn pom-poms and fill the bucket for a group reward. If you're using this reward system at home, it'll obviously just be for your one child. So your child will be working to fill up the bucket and get a reward when the bucket is filled. So when we start school and when we're teaching our children about this reinforcement, we like to start small and become very excited whenever your child does something positive. So we start small by making a line on the Tupperware. So maybe they only have to fill up to here, and it's 5 pom-poms that'll fill the bucket. So they get pom-poms and they do a positive behavior, and once they get up to that line, they get a reward, and maybe they get up to that line in one day, maybe it takes 2 days, but we want to make sure that they are learning that their positive behavior will get them a reward pretty instantaneously. And then as the year goes on, the line will raise until they have to fill the whole bucket for a reward. So we also like to be really excited and exaggerate when your child does a positive behavior, so I'll give you a little bit of an example. So maybe they cleaned up when you asked them to. You would say, "Oh my goodness, you cleaned up so nicely when I asked you to. You get to put a pom-pom in the bucket. So you can either put a pom-pom in for them, or you can have your child select a pom-pom and put it in the bucket for themselves. I know a lot of the kids love to like look at the colors and pick a color and put it in, and just really loud, really exaggerated, and just reward them like for everything throughout the day. Oh my goodness, I love how you sat for your remote learning session. I love how you moved your body during music. I love how you cleaned up your toys. I love how you're listening to my instructions, and just reward them, reward them, reward them throughout the day. And as they become more comfortable with the positive reward system, and as they understand that their positive behavior will get them a reward, you can raise the line and give them positive rewards and pom-poms less throughout the day and be a little bit less excited. So in the end of the year, maybe a teacher would just take a pom-pom and say, look, my friends, you guys are working so nicely, and put a pom-pom in the jar instead of being so excited and loud about it like we would in the beginning of the year. So at school, they earn group rewards. So the whole class will work to fill up this bucket. And then a reward will be something like a dance party or a pizza party or reading a favorite book with your teacher or maybe doing a favorite activity. At home, these rewards can look very similar. You can pick things that your child loves to do and reward them with it whenever they fill up their bucket. So maybe it's time with a favorite toy, maybe it's a favorite snack that they don't get a lot of, or maybe you have a treasure chest that they get to pick something out of whenever they fill the bucket. They can be filled with little tiny toys you can get from like a dollar store, and it can be something that they are really excited about throughout their day. So you're going to want to make sure that you're changing up the rewards as much as your child earns them. You want your child to be constantly excited about filling the bucket and excited about earning these rewards. So you want to make sure they're not the same reward over and over again so they don't get bored. I would recommend that you implement your child when creating these rewards. Maybe ask them, oh, what do you want to earn when you fill up the bucket? Or what do you want to play with? What do you want to eat when you fill up the bucket? So that they're included in this process. You can also make the rewards bigger as time goes on. So maybe in the beginning, it's just like they earn a little bit of time with their favorite toy, or maybe it's like a tiny little toy, or maybe it's a small snack. And when you're having them fill the entire bucket, maybe it's they get to go to the park, or they get to pick dinner for that night. So you want to make sure that you're expanding on these rewards so that your child is more excited about earning them. And so we want to make sure that this experience is positive for your child as possible. So we don't want to use the pom-poms as a bargaining tool. We don't want to say, oh, well, you only get to have a pom-pom when you're acting nicely, so you're not going to get a pom-pom right now. Or when they're having a negative behavior, you don't want to hold it over them and say, oh, well, you'll only get the pom-pom if you do this. You want to make sure that these positive behaviors they're exhibiting are independent and that they're learning that when they act positively, they get a reward so that they grow to understand that when they act positively, they will get acknowledgement or attention or praise for that positive behavior rather than the negative behavior. And in turn, you can never take pom-poms out when they're acting negatively. You can't, these pom-poms were earned when they were doing positive behaviors. And so if you take something out because they're acting negatively, they're learning that their positive behavior is not acknowledged. It's not important. So we want to make sure that these pom-poms stay in there until they've earned and get their reward, and then you're starting over. So these are never to be associated with negative behavior. They're all going to be positive so that your child learns how to instill those core values in themselves and act positively as they grow older. So I hope this video helped you understand what PBIS is and how we use it at TLC and how you can use it at home to enhance those positive behaviors for your children. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. You can get me on Class Dojo, or you can email me. You can also contact Rachel, our school social worker, or Justina, our school psychologist. We're all on this kind of PBIS team at TLC, and we can all help you understand how to use PBIS at home and what the best strategies are for you and your individual child. I hope that you guys have a great day, and remember to try your best, listen to each other, and care for everyone. Bye, guys.